Damn!
Did you call Mrs. Gilmore?
No, I said damn.
Damn what, ma'am?
Damn book!
Damn what book?
The Creeping Slasher. It's being true to its title. Well, not the slasher part, the creeping part. I can't figure out where it's got to, and it's driving me nuts.
The plot or the disappearance?
Both. And it was due back at the library yesterday. It's bad enough not being able to find the book and figure out the identity of the killer without being fined 10 cents a day besides.
The library wasn't open yesterday, ma'am.
It wasn't?
No, the library is never open on Sunday.
But yesterday wasn't Sunday.
Why not, ma'am?
Well, because if yesterday was Sunday, then today would be Monday, and it can't be.
I don't see why not. Monday does have a tendency of following Sunday.
Yes, but if today were Monday, then the book would be 2 days overdue, and I'm just not that slow of a reader. And secondly, if it were Monday, then Toby would be in his office, and I've already called him there twice, and he's not.
Perhaps he stepped out.
On a Monday? Bianca, Toby's a broker. No one on Wall Street steps out on a Monday.
Yes, ma'am, but still.
Fine, have it your way. Monday it is. You haven't seen the Creeping Slasher lying around, have you?
No, ma'am, but where do you usually read it? Perhaps it's there.
Right there by the fire. Tends to be chilly in November, and it's cozier that way.
Now that you mention it, it is rather chilly. I'll just start up the fire.
For all the good it'll do.
Ma'am?
Well, what's the point in having a cozy chair by the fire and no creeping slasher?
Well, this way. If you do find the book, the fire will be ready and received for you.
You are a treasure, Bianca.
Ma'am, if I may ask a question.
Sure.
Why do you always hide your mystery thrillers?
I don't follow you.
Well, you do read everything by Anne Dupre. So I was just wondering why you don't have them all on a nice bookshelf in your bedroom.
Oh, but Bianca, how could I? I mean, think of the library finds.
I mean, buy them, ma'am. I should think you'd want to.
Oh, I would, but I'd soon run out of hiding places. I mean, there are only so many couch cushions and drawers in this place.
But ma'am, why hide it in the first place?
Oh, well, you see, Toby doesn't approve of mystery thrillers. He says they rot the mind. He thinks people should read nothing but the classics, like War and Peace. Tried that once. He's named Ivan Ivanovich, or some such ridiculous name. Couldn't keep the characters straight. Never again.
Yes, but ma'am, why don't you just have one hiding place? You know, a special spot where the book will always be when you need it.
Well, because I never know where I'll be when Toby pops up. I have to ditch the book in the quickest place possible.
Well, now all you have to do is figure out where were you the last time he popped up and you have to ditch the creeping slasher.
I wish I knew, but Toby pops up everywhere in this place. Mind you, why shouldn't he? I mean, it is his apartment after all. That reminds me, shouldn't he be here by now? It's after 6 o'clock.
Now that you mention it, he is rather late. Perhaps he stopped to buy you a birthday present.
Birthday present? Oh, dear. It's not that time of year already, is it?
No, quite yet, ma'am. Your birthday's tomorrow.
Well, that's a mercy.
And if I may say so, ma'am, you don't look your age at all. However do you do it?
Work, Bianca. Hard work. Watching my diet, getting plenty of exercise, and of course, avoiding late hours whenever possible. Woman needs her beauty rest. Beauty rest, that's it! My book is underneath the mattress. Thank you, Bianca.
For what?
Would you be a dear and grab me my coat? I have to get this back to the library as soon as possible.
You're not going to finish it, ma'am?
Oh, there's plenty of time for that on the bus. I only have 2 chapters left.
You're not taking your cart?
Oh, no. Tried that once, never again. I could only read at red lights, and I'd get engrossed in the plot, and people would start honking at me something awful. And then I'd lose my place, and I'd have to try and get it back at the next stop, and, well, it was really just quite the disaster. Thanks.
There you are. What shall I tell Mr. Gilmore?
The what?
Well, he should return and find you stepped out.
Oh. Tell him I'm out for a stroll.
In November?
Why not? It's November, isn't it? forgot my purse. We won't let you on the bus without money.
That's not necessarily true. Well, they'd let you on the bus. They just wouldn't let you stay on if you didn't pay your fare.
Guess that's true. They make you get off at the next stop. Then, if you really wanted to, you get on the next bus and the next bus, and eventually you get down for nothing.
Yes, I suppose. But the only problem with that is that the way the buses run, it can take over half a day to get anywhere.
Still, good to remember in case you ever forget your money. I hope my library card's in here. Hate to have to come home empty-handed. Perfect. You okay?
Oh, yes, ma'am?
Hope you haven't taken to drinking on duty.
Oh, no, ma'am. I don't do that anymore. This is for Mr. Gilmore. He likes it ready and waiting for him when he gets home from work. I suppose working on Wall Street must be a bit of a strain.
Not really. Toby just likes martinis, but better be off.
Perfect. Now what's she forgotten? The silly goose. Here you are, Matt.
Thank you. I read it. Oh, I'm sorry, but... Oh, Paris DeVore, is Mr. Gilmore in?
No, ma'am, but would you care to have a seat?
Yes, thank you.
May I take your coat?
No, I won't be staying long.
Would you like a drink then?
Why, yes, thank you.
Like this magazine?
Yes, 62 sex movies.
Yeah. Nothing I haven't done. Here you are.
It's delicious.
Oh, I know. I mean, Mr. Gilmore always says this, I guess. It must be true.
Good evening, Bianca.
Yes, sir.
Paris, what are you doing here?
Shouldn't she be?
Of course you should. Just business acquaintance. I'll have to see her outside of office hours. Is Mrs. Gilmore in?
No, sir, she went out for a stroll.
Good.
Why?
She needs the exercise.
Can't get enough exercise. Speeds up the skin, burns the blood, or is it the other way around?
Bianca, don't you have something to be doing in the kitchen?
Such as?
Fixing dinner.
It's all fixed.
Scrubbing the pots, then.
All cleaned and put away.
The counters.
That's done.
The floor.
All scrubbed.
The ceiling.
Damn. Toby, you have a maid who answers the door, mixes drinks, makes dinner, and scrubs the floors, counters, and ceilings. A maid's not supposed to do all that.
Keep your voice down. Bianca doesn't know all that.
But, you know, it doesn't seem very fair.
Never mind about my maid. What are you doing here?
Well, I want to see the decor of the place. After all, if I'm to do the upholstery in your seaplane, I want to find something suitable to your wife's tastes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, I want you to keep your voice down. Bianca's in the next room. This is a birthday surprise for my wife, and she should hear anything and mention it to her.
Oh, so that's what all this secrecy was about. You should have told me it was a surprise. No wonder you're so worried about whether your wife is home or not.
I didn't tell you as a surprise, because I never intended you to meet my wife. And it is. And you mustn't. Now, you've seen the decor. If you will kindly get out of here.
But I haven't seen the bedroom.
So,
A woman's most personal taste goes into the decor of her bedroom. That will give me the clue I'm seeking.
fine, very well. But let's be quick about it, shall we? We don't want Marsha coming up there and catching us.
Oh, it is you, ma'am. I thought I heard the door.
The creeping slasher is creeping again. I could have sworn I left it right there.
Oh, you did, ma'am. I just dashed it here so Mr. Gilmore wouldn't see.
Oh, clever of you. Not that I think Mr. Gilmore would ever do me any physical harm over it, but there's no point in risking a rift in domestic harmony, is there?
No, ma'am. But weren't you going to the library?
Well, I was, until I realized that it's past 6 o'clock and the library will be closed for the day. That is, closed for the night. I mean, it's open during the day, but not this late.
Ah, yes. So it's another 10 cents down the drain.
But the creeping slasher's worth it. It's about this perfect ninny of a woman who can't seem to realize that her husband's trying to do her in so he can get her money and run off with this other woman he loves. Why she can't see her peril is beyond me, but I guess it wouldn't be too much fun to read if she just had him carted off to jail in chapter 1, now would it?
No, I suppose not. Ma'am, aren't you taking a big risk?
What?
Well, if Mr. Gilmore should return and find you reading.
Wait, return? You mean he's already been in and left again?
Well, yes, I suppose he's just walking that lady to her car.
What lady?
Business acquaintance, ma'am, name of Paris DeVore. Really a smasher. In a blonde sort of way. You know, she had the hair all done up and a red trench coat, like one of those girls from the action movies.
Huh. Well, I've never heard of this business acquaintance. But I'm sure there are tons of clients of Toby's who I've never heard of. Well, back to the session. A smasher, you said?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Very much so. Oh, but not compared to you, of course. No.
Well, that's a mercy. Just back to the slasher.
I'll just get back on that ceiling.
On the ceiling?
Well, I hope you're satisfied, Paris.
Definitely, that bedroom is beautiful.
Save your praises for later. What if Marsha had come up there and caught us?
You worry too much, Toby. I'm sure she'll never suspect a thing.
Well, I certainly hope you're right. The whole point of this is to surprise her.
Well, I'm sure we can pull it off without a hitch. I mean, she has no reason to distrust you tomorrow when you suggest a drive to the bay.
I can't wait to see the look on her face. Especially when I raise the champagne bottle and I break it over her nose. We both stand there and she slides slowly into the water.
Seems such a waste of good champagne.
Oh, but in such a good cause. Besides, there'll be plenty of champagne to drink at the party.
I do hope you'll let me propose a toast. Your wife has such marvelous taste in bedroom decors and in husbands.
Anyway, I'm afraid after my surprise, Marsha may only be here in spirit. It's kind of a shame, though, to think of us here at the party while she's floating up there in the heavens.
I really shouldn't see you bring her back here, though.
Well, after my surprise, I might very well have to drag her away from the spot now, won't I?
Well, I really should get going.
Bye, Paris. Bianca?
Oh, Mr. Gilmore, you've returned.
Returned, I haven't gone anywhere.
Well, when I came in here before and didn't see you or that Miss DeVore.
Shh, keep your voice down. Me and Mr. Vore were upstairs planning a surprise for my wife.
What sort of a surprise?
Now, never you mind about that. You're not to mention her visit to my wife under any circumstances. Do you understand?
I won't, sir. Not if you don't want me to.
Excellent. I knew I could count on your discretion.
Always, sir.
Good. Now, Bianca, where's my martini?
That DeVore lady drank it, sir. I'll just mix you up another. The stuff in the shaker's all diluted by now.
No, just wait a moment. I want to take a shower as it is anyway. Just have it ready for me when I come out, will you?
Very well, sir.
Bianca?
Yes, ma'am?
What am I gonna do?
About what, ma'am?
That? Toby and that smasher DeVore woman, they're planning to murder me.
Ma'am, you've been reading too many thrillers.
No, I heard them. They're going to lure me down to the bay. They're going to walk me down to the pier. They're going to bump me with a bottle, drop me at the drink head. Then they're coming back here to celebrate.
Ma'am, I'm sure you made some sort of small mistake.
No. It's exactly like in the creeping slasher. Oh, but with one fortunate difference. I caught on to their sort of scheme.
Well, if what you say is true, why don't you just stay away from the bay?
But that would only delay their plan. They'd find another day, another time, and next time I might not be so lucky. What is that stuff?
Martinis, ma'am.
Explains it. Hate martinis.
That was the waste. Shall I make you something different?
No, I'm much too distracted to enjoy anything right now. What I really need is a plan. Bianca?
Yes, ma'am?
What would you do if you were in my situation? If Toby were going to murder you and run off with another woman?
Well, I'd report him to my union. They're not very fond of that sort of thing.
I mean, if you were me, if Toby was your husband.
Oh, well, then I'd tell the police. They're not very happy when people just get murdered.
Of course, the police. Why didn't I think of that? Damn.
Yeah?
I've got one of those stupid recordings telling me not to bother the operator unless it's absolutely necessary. As if she's got nothing else to do. Hello? Yes, I need to speak to a police officer. My husband's going to murder me. Yes, I'm sure. Well, because I heard him. I need to speak to a police officer. Well, no, there's no time to see a marriage counselor. This is an emergency. Well, not right now, tomorrow, but please, police officer, now. Killing, murdering, police. Well, no, I don't know which officer. Anyone will do. I don't want the number. I want to speak to them Yes, I'm writing it down for future reference. Thank you. Hello? Police? Yes, I'm about to be murdered by my husband. Can you come over right away? Oh, my name? Are you sure you need that? I mean, what with the scandal and all, it's... Can't I just tell you my address? I mean, I'm the only wife here who's going to be murdered. Really? Well, if you must, you must. It's Marsha Gilmore. And my husband's name is Toby. Toby? T-O-B-Y? How difficult is it? Yes, sorry, officer. Respecting your authority. Well, because I heard him. No, there were no other witnesses, except the woman he's in cahoots with, but I doubt she'd testify. No, they're going to lure me down to the bay. They're going to vault me with a bottle and dump me in the drink, and then they're coming back here for a party. No, I have not been drinking. Well, I did have one drink, but that was afterwards. Wouldn't you have a drink if you found out you were going to be murdered? No, this is not the liquor talking. This is Marsha Gilmore talking. No, I will not cross my heart and hope to die. Well, so much for the police. Any more bright ideas?
How about a martini?
Why not?
Thought you didn't like them, ma'am.
Well, I thought a lot of things. I thought that Toby was in love with me. I thought that operators were there to help callers, and I thought that the police would come if you called them. Hardly know what to think these days. I was right about martinis.
You know what you need, ma'am?
What?
You need an ally.
You mean like England or France?
No, ma'am, no. Like a person, someone you can count on, someone you can depend on when even the police fail you, someone that's always there. It's done in all the best mystery thrillers.
Yes, but in those it's usually by a man who's in love with the heroine, so that after the husband is caught red-handed and sent to the chair, they can get together and run away. Well, I don't know anyone like that.
What about Mr. Baxter down the hall?
Victor? But he's not in love with me. Is he?
Not yet, ma'am. That usually happens halfway through the book.
Yes, but even if he did help me and he fell in love with me while doing it, what good would it do him? I mean, I am not in love with Victor.
You could tell him you were.
But is that really fair to the man?
Anything is better than being stopped with the bottle and dropped in the drink.
True enough, but it just seems like such an unkind thing to do.
Getting murdered doesn't?
Well, when you put it that way. Victor it is. You wouldn't happen to know his phone number, would you?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do. It's the same as ours, except the last 2 digits are reversed. We get ever so many calls from him when people dial wrong.
Do you think he gets calls that are meant for us?
I don't know. Fair is fair.
Hello, Victor. It's Marsha Gilmore from across the hall. Oh, yes, I'm fine, thank you. Well, actually, not fine at all, really. You see, not emotionally anyway. Oh, no, I'm not ill. Just, something terrible's happened and you're the only person in the whole world who can help me, so I'd really appreciate it if you could come up. Never mind! Darling, how was your shower?
It was fine. No more pleasant than usual, but fine. Who's on the phone, dear?
No one?
No one.
No one we know, that is. Wrong number, total stranger, mistake.
Wrong number. Then why did you tell him never mind?
Never mind the inconvenience.
Right,
Foster.
right.
Marsha, you all right?
Fine. What kind of question is that?
Well, it's just you seem so sort of tense or something. You haven't been reading those blood and thunder stories again, I hope?
Nonsense!
You know how those books make you, dear. They turn your nerves to jelly. They're trash. They rot the mind.
Right, I know. That's why I don't read them anymore. That's why I'm not nervous anymore. You know, calm, serene, in total control.
Marsha, it's only the door.
What door? I didn't hear any door.
Marsha, are you sure you're all right?
Yep, I'm fine. I didn't even scream. It was therapy. Primal scream therapy. Dreadfully good for relaxing tension and relieving tension and relaxing nerves.
Well, not for anybody within earshot. Will somebody please get the doorbell?
You mean the knock?
Somebody's at the door. Don't be so technical.
Tell them that I'm busy.
I'll get it.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
I heard one scream!
You didn't!
Bianca, is that any way to treat a neighbor?
You mean he wanted more?
Does that answer your question?
Isn't anyone going to get that door? Victor!
Marsha, thank heavens you're all right. After that phone call, when I heard you scream, I just...
What phone call?
Phone call.
Yesterday, when he phoned yesterday, we got cut off and naturally worried him a bit, and that's why he came over to investigate.
Right.
It took you a whole day to investigate.
Well...
Better late than never.
I'll just get back on that ceiling. You know, that's the second time she said that.
She's just conscientious, dear. Not many maids would take it upon their duties to wash a ceiling.
Well, wash it, but she said get on it.
Oh, Marsha, that's an idiom for it. You have a job to do, you say better get on it. You have a ceiling to clean, you say...
All right, but why would she start doing such a thing so close to dinner time?
It's just pure conscientiousness, dear. It's not as if somebody ordered her to wash that ceiling, which is entirely preposterous and entirely out of her job description. It's not as if, somebody told her to do it to get her out of the room, or something.
Of course.
Well, I guess I better be going then.
No! That is, can't you stay for dinner, Victor? It's been so long since we had a chance to chat.
I thought you spoke to him only yesterday.
But so much has happened since then.
Such as?
Well, we can't talk about it now, otherwise why don't we talk about it at dinner?
Uh-huh. I think I better get Bianca off that ceiling.
Yeah.
What's going on?
No matter what happens, just act natural, okay? Darling! Back so soon!
8 feet down the hall, my dear.
Yeah, but you made it there and back so fast.
Well, it's not like I was jumping hurdles. All right.
What is going on here?
I can't tell you while he's in the room.
Why not?
Mrs. Gilmore's She's madly in love with you.
What's that she said?
Oh, just that Mrs. Gilmore is in love with you, sir.
And I am, Charlie! I really am.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but why should Bianca mention it?
Well, it's hardly a secret, Toby.
Marsha, why don't you show Victor where he'll be sitting?
But we're not eating dinner until 8.
Well, better late than never. Or something.
Yeah.
Paris, are you insane coming back here? My wife is in the next room.
Don't worry, I figured out the perfect cover story. Just tell her I'm an interior decorator, come to redo the apartment.
Paris, you are an interior decorator.
That's what's so perfect about it. I can show her credentials and everything. She'll never guess the real reason I'm here.
And what is the real reason, come to think of it? We better have our story straight if we're going to get away with this.
Right, that reminds me. Here's what I came to show you. How do you like this material? I thought it would look really good stitched to the back of your seat.
Will it come loose if she squirmed around a lot?
Perhaps. But tell you what, I can attach it with a lot of upholstery touch. She'll never get that loose. And
Excellent.
this-
It won't come loose no matter how much she thrashes about.
Exactly. And this, I thought would look dramatic, cemented over her head.
Cemented.
Well, the bay's very damp. It wouldn't hold.
Honestly, I don't care what you do. I just don't want her complaining when she's in it.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. How do you like this material for its straps? Go on, give it a tug.
Yes, very nice, very strong. Put those away before she sees you.
By the way, you better figure out some reason to lure her down there tomorrow.
Oh, well, I have. Crabs.
Excuse me?
Not those kind of crabs. Marsha loves seafood. I'm going to suggest we walk down to the pier, say I found a new seafood restaurant. See where I'm going with this?
Oh, yes, that sounds like a foolproof scheme. You drive her down to the bay.
I suggest we walk down to the end of the bay.
Pier.
Pier. Thank you.
And when she glances idly down towards the water,
I raise the champagne bottle.
and crash!
Splash!
And home for the bash.
Ah, very good.
Excuse me, sir. That will Miss Devore be staying for dinner?
Have you eaten?
Well, as a matter of fact,
Then that settles it. Bianca, go set another place, will you?
Very well, sir.
Shall we go to dinner then?
All right. Yeah.
Paris DeVore, this is my wife, Marsha Gilmore, and Victor Baxter.
Happy to meet you, Mr. Whoever you are.
Yeah, don't be so formal. Just call her Paris or something like that, you know, because we never overheard anything.
No, but
Everyone knows of the famous interior decorator.
right, I hear your name everywhere. You must be quite the marvel.
How did you recognize my face?
Your turn.
Saw it in the paper.
I didn't.
Neither did I.
Well, you've both been so gosh darn busy.
Advising clients.
Decorating interiors.
Well, there's something to that, I suppose.
Do you still have a copy? I'd love to see my picture.
Nope, no.
That's a shame. Would everybody like drinks?
That sounds like a lovely idea.
Please. Victor, what would you like?
Something strong, please.
No, what you mean?
Mr. Baxter, what is your line of work?
I'm a pharmacist. Please, call me Victor.
I wouldn't think pharmacists would be much interested in interior decorating.
Not professionally, of course, but your photo was so striking in the paper when I saw it there.
Oh, I'd love to see a copy. When exactly was it?
Saturday!
Both days?
Two-part story.
Oh, in which paper?
The news!
Times.
News? Times?
News. Yeah.
Both papers?
It wasn't an exclusive interview.
Interview? I didn't give any interviews.
Are you sure?
Of course she's sure.
Maybe they interviewed you earlier.
and ran the story later.
Still and all, that all sounds rather odd.
Well, a lot of the news has been pretty weird lately.
You know what, Toby, I think you should show Paris where she's gonna sit at dinner.
Well, don't you think that'd be better left till later?
Well, you made me do it with Victor.
So I did. Shall we, Paris?
All right. Now do you see why I called you here? You're gonna murder me.
Marsha, you gotta call the police.
I thought they wouldn't come.
Why not?
I don't know, maybe this just isn't a high crime rate area or something.
Well, you gotta do something.
Such as? I can't think of anything as why I called you.
You can tell them you know.
They'd only kill me sooner.
Say you're moving out of the apartment.
What excuse would I make?
Say you're visiting an aunt in San Francisco.
Isn't that kind of far away?
Well, you don't actually go there. You come over and stay at my place.
How dare you?
I thought you were in love with me.
And I am! Terribly! But what would people think?
Who's gonna know?
That's true enough. But still, it only delays matters. We have to think of some way to stop them. Finally and forever.
Well, the only way to do that would be to murder them first. That's just absolutely
Victor, that's it. How should we do it?
we.
Well, you wouldn't let me do it alone, would you?
Well, when you put it that way.
Perfect. So there are two of them and two of
Ah!
us.
Don't relish the idea of a struggle. No telling which pair's the better fighter. Gotta be sensible about this.
And fast. I've only got until tomorrow.
Do you have a gun?
No, do you?
Ugh, I hate guns.
Me too. Even if I didn't, I'm not sure I'd have the nerve to just, haul off and shoot someone.
Well, even if you had, things could get pretty sticky afterwards when the police came.
Well, we would just tell them that it was to prevent my murder.
Could you prove it?
Well, I heard them. You heard them too. Wouldn't that be enough?
I'm inclined to doubt it. Police seldom get called to find a dead husband and take the word of his wife and her lover about why he died.
Yeah, but you're not my lover.
Try telling them that.
Still, isn't there some way we could kill them that would just, leave no traces?
No traces?
That would look like a natural death.
You mean 2 natural deaths? That's suspicious enough for any policeman.
Well, still, a policeman can't come in here and accuse a wife and her lover of causing 2 natural deaths.
Well, then how could we cause them?
I don't know. You're a pharmacist, aren't you? Don't you know of any poisons or anything that look like natural death?
Oh, sure. It's one of the first things they teach you in pharmaceutical college.
It is? Why?
Well, we have to know which compounds are deadly, so we don't mix them together accidentally after we find work.
Of course. Well, so why don't you just head over to your apartment, mix up a few, and we're good to go.
I don't have any poisons in my home.
That's nonsense. I read in an Agatha Christie book not that long ago that apparently in almost anyone's pantry there are enough things that you could just put together to combine tons of deadly and untraceable poisons.
Yes, but the key phrase is almost anyone. Being a pharmacist, I make sure to never have those things in my home. Hate to poison myself by mistake.
Well, maybe we have some in our kitchen.
You know, you probably have. The average home usually does.
Now, Victor, this is hardly an average home. Why, Toby's worth millions.
Well, the average millionaire's home usually does too.
In the bucket.
Marsha, you must realize, the average millionaire doesn't exactly have the brains of a pharmacist.
Now's your chance.
Oh, Marsha!
To inspect my pantry.
Your pantry?
Yeah, there would be poisons.
Oh,
Over there.
I'm so sorry. How foolish of me. I'll be right back.
Hello? What? A seaplane? What are you? Sorry?
No. That's for me, dear. Thank you. Hello? Yes, this is Tobias Gilmore. No, I did not order a seaplane. Are you calling me a liar, sir? What about my mother? Well, right back at you. No, I will not cross my heart and hope to die. Nervous, some people. That's the last time I do business with that outfit.
You've done business with them before?
Of course not. Their planes are so tacky.
Whose planes? I didn't tell you who was on the phone.
Of course not, but isn't it obvious their planes must be tacky, or else why would Toby refuse to do business with them?
Exactly.
But why did they think he'd order the seaplane in the first place?
Promotion! You know how those people are? They get call you up on the phone and they get you paying a whole year for an item you never wanted for life. Like conga lessons.
That man said nothing about conga lessons.
Well, it's because you already do the conga, darling. And beautifully, if I might add.
But how would the plane salesman know that?
Whose side are you on? As in, whose side are you on, darling? The Yankees face the Angels tomorrow. Whose side are you on?
I thought baseball season just ended.
Backstab! Not leaving so soon, are you?
He just remembered that he has to go home and change for dinner.
How do you know what he just remembered?
Well, you didn't know that baseball season just ended, so shouldn't I have the same privilege?
Of course you should. Be right back.
What does
Anyway.
baseball have to do with...
Seaplanes? Seaplanes, yes. What does baseball have to do with seaplanes?
High flies.
Last call for dinner.
Oh, but Mr. Baxter's left.
First call for dinner then.
You know what? I'll just go get him.
No. Wait a moment. Can't interrupt a man while he's changing.
Tell him to close his eyes.
He said he'd be back in a moment. Surely we can delay for that long.
If you like cold soup.
Maybe we should go to dinner, Toby.
You know what? I'll just hurry him up a bit.
Marsha Gilmore, you cannot interrupt a man while his bits are hanging in the wind like that.
I'll phone him. You know, the uncle told me how to do it.
How to do what?
Dial the wrong number. Hi, Victor. It's Marsha. The soup is getting cold. Wait, what? Oh, no. It's not cold. Why would I be? Oh, right. Code. Okay. Well, no, it's not code. It's a simple fact. The soup is getting cold, so if you want it hot, you better come quick. Okay. Goodbye.
Marsha, why should Victor imagine you're talking in code?
Oh, that's because the soup is getting cold sounds like one of those phrases, you know, in a movie, like the eye of the Sphinx is behind the emerald mirror.
Marsha, my dear, there's a great difference between cold soup and emerald mirrors.
Victor doesn't get out much.
See, somehow I believe it.
Yeah, by the way, darling, weren't you planning on changing for dinner too? Joker PJs.
That's embarrassing.
Yes, of course I was. I was going to change. Don't be silly. Joker, Jones. I'll be right back.
I do hope my staying for dinner isn't causing too much trouble.
Not if you don't take second helpings.
Oh, I seldom do. By the way, may I use your washroom? I'd like to freshen up before we dine.
Oh, sure. Down the hall, opposite of our bedroom. Okay. But you wouldn't know where our bedroom is, would you?
Why, no. Of course I wouldn't. I mean, how would I know?
Down the hall on your right.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, my dear, Toby loves you very much. You're all he talks about every time I see him. I've never seen a man so completely infatuated with his wife.
Oh, thank you for letting me know, Miss DeVore.
Please, call me Paris.
Oh, dear. I really hope I'm not making a mistake. You know what? I'll just postpone the plan till I'm more sure. Right. Hello, Victor. It's me again. What? Oh no, lost my nerve. Why would you think? Oh, well, no. I was just wondering. Are you sure that this poison is, you know, odorless and tasteless and undetectable in a postmortem? You are. Okay, well, isn't it all painful? A little agony. Well, you know what, Victor? Even if it is odorless, tasteless, and undetectable on postmortem, if it's going to cause Toby any pain, then 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Is there someplace I might hang this?
Well, there's always the Museum of Modern Art. But I suppose you meant something more prosaic. Bianca! Or Toby, would you be a darling to her?
What on earth did you mean by that?
She thought you might pick up like cold for me, I think.
Oh, yes, I can do that for you. Just 1 second.
Here, sir. I'll do that.
Thank you, Bianca.
Nice of you to stop by.
Fool girl! Sorry about that, Paris. Now, would you mind asking me to look up for me when I'm on the phone?
But you're not on the phone.
Well, I will be in a moment. Just need you to watch out for my wife.
How do I stop her? Drag her screaming back to the bedroom or just wrestle her down to the floor?
Well, hopefully, I'll be finished before you have to make that decision.
But who are you calling so urgently?
The airplane manufacturer. After that last call, you may very well have canceled the order. It's probably that idiot from across the hall. Why, Lynette, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, Toby, you know I always drop by on Marsha's birthday. Even shelled out for a present. I, don't believe we've met.
Lynette Thorne, this is Paris DeVore.
How do you do?
Pleasure.
Paris is the woman helping me with Marsha's birthday surprise.
Oh, of course. I knew the name sounded familiar. But aren't you taking a chance, my dear? Won't Marsha wonder who you are, what you're doing here? When you think of it, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be up in the seaplane with the upholstery tax in blue?
Well, I was going there as soon as I left here, but...
We had to whip up a quick story when Marsha met Paris unexpectedly, and now I'm afraid she has to stay for dinner, whether she likes it or not.
Was that a crack?
I meant whether she likes staying, not whether she likes dinner.
Is Bianca still here?
I don't have the nerve to fire her.
That's Toby. I merely meant as usual your night off.
Oh, it is. She's leaving as soon as she's served dinner.
And it better be soon. I suppose you'll be dining with us too, Mrs. Thorne?
It's not too much trouble.
I mean that.
Of course she doesn't. Go sit another place at once.
Soup's gonna be like ice.
I wonder if she can help me with this. Bianca, can I ask you a small favor?
Toby, if Lynette always comes on Marsha's birthday, then why is she here a day early?
She's very vague about calendars. Once a month here or there. Although you think she of all people would remember the exact date.
Of all people?
Oh, I forgot you didn't know. Lynette is Marsha's mother.
Her forgetfulness must be contagious.
Now, not that forgetful.
Then why are you calling that airplane person?
God, it went right out of my head. You know, there's something very strange about tonight. Everything seems to be sort of up in the air. Strange undercurrent of things. I can't quite put my finger on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean, and I can't put my finger on either. A sort of ominous crackling in the atmosphere, especially when Marsha around.
You don't suppose she suspects, do you?
That would ruin everything we've been up to.
Well, it may already be ruined if you can't get up there to do your job. Marsha!
How long have you been standing there?
Oh, I just got here. Is anything wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. Why would you suggest there's anything wrong?
You two just both look so startled.
Your dress?
It's startlingly beautiful.
And you changed into it so startlingly fast.
Yes, startling dress, startling speed.
Right. Well, maybe I'd better go change. Excitement's bad for your ulcer.
Marsha, it's not that startling.
Well, just how startling is it?
Now who's looking startled?
Oh, not me. Why, I just saw my reflection in the mirror. Saw myself in this startling dress and got startled.
That startled? The same look.
Nonsense. I Saw myself in the mirror again.
Well, stop it.
Gladly. Now, why don't you two head into the dining room while I let Victor in?
Shouldn't we wait and all go in together?
Last one there gets the coldest soup.
Well, there's something to that, I suppose. Shall we?
All right. I'll just get the door after you're gone.
Better humor her. She's been acting very strange tonight.
See you later.
Much later?
Sooner than that.
Oh, do hurry.
Victor, thank heavens you're here. Did you, do it?
I had to rush a bit, but yeah, it's all here.
What in the world is that?
What does it look like?
Well, it kind of looks like a variation on a doorknob.
This happens to be an imported bottle, or flagon, or whatever you call it, from Switzerland. They make liquor out there at the Gentine root. You know those 6-foot tall yellow flowers that flutter in the Alps?
I thought Gentine was a rather tiny blue flower.
That's the American type. Much more spectacular in the Alps. Lovely craftsmanship on it all, don't you think? Although Gentine root is rather bitter, and the liquor tastes positively foul.
And why did you bring it?
I didn't.
Someone did?
I mean the liquor. I got it as a gift last Christmas. Took one sip and poured the rest down the drain. The bottle was just too pretty to throw away.
Why would you bring an empty bottle? Oh.
Exactly. It wasn't easy. It took me 10 minutes to find the funnel.
So, do you think we should bring it into the dining room?
I rather thought out here. After dinner would be much more appropriate.
More appropriate? I mean, is there an appropriate place for murdering one's husband?
Well, I guess when you put it that way, one place is just as good as another. I'm rather new at this, you know.
Well, it's hardly habitual with me. Are you sure the stuff that you put in there is, completely tasteless?
Well, they say it is, but how could one really know?
I don't follow that.
Well, in order to know it's tasteless, one has to taste it. And once you taste it, you've had it.
Oh, right. Poisoned person's hardly likely to spend their last moments alive describing flavors.
However, I'm sure it is odorless and undetectable in the post-mortem.
So once you've had it, it hardly matters whether they enjoyed it or not.
No.
Mother!
Why, Marsha, how lovely you look. But who is this strange man?
What makes you say he's strange?
Have you ever met him before?
Oh, that kind of strange. This is Victor Baxter, my friend and neighbor. Our friend and neighbor, actually. Mine and Toby's, both. Victor, this is my mother, Mrs. Thorne.
She must call me Lynette.
Victor is a druggist, actually.
Pharmacist.
Well, druggist, it's just as appropriate. Dealing drugs, so.
More appropriate. At least he doesn't deal in farms.
His name would be Old MacDonald.
Beg your pardon?
Never mind, darling. I mean, friend. I mean, Victor. Sir. Well, whoever you are, let's get to that soup, shall we? I see you, mother. Pity you can't stay for dinner. Or are you staying for dinner, Mother? Mother? Wait, where in the world? How did that get there? How did this get there?
Last call for dinner, Mrs. Thorne. Oh, and what's happened to the pretty bow on your birthday present?
I don't know. Marsha must have taken it off.
What an odd thing to do.
Yes. Wasn't it? Well, I should be getting into dinner. Bianca,
Yes?
isn't it your night off?
Oh, it is, ma'am. As soon as I've served dinner, I'm as free as a bird. My boyfriend will be by any time to pick me up.
Have a lovely evening.
Thank you, ma'am. You too. Sorry about the soup. She didn't bring two. We didn't have one.
Oh, what an awful thing to do to your own daughter. Unless maybe it's spoiled.
Much better. Almost tastes like street gin. I'll just put this one in the garbage where it belongs.
Somebody gonna get the door?
1 second.
Somebody get the damn door!
I've only got 2 hands.
Never mind your hands, use your feet.
To open the door?
To get to it!
Coming. Oh, Ben, honey, it's you. Dinner got started late and I'm not even ready yet. Oh, you're not ready yet either.
Had a small emergency, B. Just got back from the hospital. In fact, still driving the police ambulance.
We're going on a date in an ambulance.
Only as far as my place. See, it's not a safe time that way. Come get you first. Go back to my place, get a uniform. Go back to the police station, check out. Be that far ahead of the game.
Fine, you sit here and I'll just get out of this uniform and I'll be right with you.
You can just take off the apron. The dress looks fine.
No, I have to brush my teeth too. Had to sip that stuff. Tastes really bad. Or the other one did.
Other.
Bianca, did you get the door? Officer, is there anything wrong?
Oh no, not at all, sir. I'm Ben. Ben Quaid. Bianca's name. She just said dinner got started a little late, so just waiting for it to finish up.
Oh, very good. Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Tell me, officer, do you always wear your uniform on dates?
Oh no, not at all, sir. It's just I got off work a little late myself, taking entry pedestrian to the hospital. In fact, we're leaving tonight to be taking Bianca away in an ambulance.
I see. Oh, would you like a drink? What on earth is that?
Beats me. Whatever it is, though, Bianca says it tastes awful. Oh, or should I not be telling you that?
Well, I won't snitch if you don't.
Okay.
If you'll excuse me, officer, I just need to make a phone call while my wife is out of the room. Birthday surprise.
All right.
Oh, damn, I've forgotten the number. Where is my memo pad? Bianca. My memo pad. I told her once, or 1,000 times, not to read these damn books. No wonder she's been so nervous tonight. These kind of books would turn anybody's nerves into jelly.
Nervous? Who?
My wife.
Toby, what on earth is keeping you? Our guests are... Officer! What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Never mind him. He's here for Bianca.
Bianca?
By the way, where did that bottle come from? Bianca had a taste of it and she said it tastes awful.
Wait, Bianca had some of that?
You know how she can't resist sampling things.
Oh, but Toby!
Let's get that ambulance warmed up, Ben. Oh, I didn't know you were here.
Ambulance? Wait, you had some of that and now you're going off in an ambulance.
Only as far as the police station.
Oh, no.
Never mind that. I want an explanation. I know what you've been up to.
Oh dear. Well then, I guess I'd better make a clean slate of it.
Think you better.
Clean slate of what? What's been going on?
Oh, Bianca, dear Bianca. It's all my fault. My fault entirely. If it weren't for me, then you'd be going off in that ambulance.
Wait a second. You're the hit-and-run driver.
What hit-and-run driver?
The one who ran over the pedestrian.
What pedestrian?
The one I just took to the hospital.
What? Ben! Stop cross-examining her. Mrs. Gilmore hasn't been out of the apartment all day.
I thought you said she went for a stroll.
Well, you said she needed the exercise.
Toby. Come then. How could you?
Wait a second. If she has anything to do with the hit-and-run case.
She doesn't. Trust me.
Oh my God! Almost.
Never mind him. You better hurry. She may not have much time.
Marsha, what are you talking about?
You don't know?
Of course I don't.
But you said, I'm sure you said that you knew what I'd been up to.
Well, I do. But I don't see what that has to do with Bianca going off in an ambulance.
What in the world is wrong with Mr. Baxter? He came back to the table, pale as death, commandeered the wine carafe, and keeps drinking and sobbing.
I'd better just go see if he's all right.
Now just wait a moment, Marsha Gilmore. I still want an explanation for your conduct.
Oh. So, then you know.
Wait. Then you know?
Yes, I overheard you and Victor talking.
What does Victor have to do with all this?
You don't know?
Of course I don't know.
Well, then don't tell him, darling. After all, now that you know that I know, you're obviously not going through with it. No.
Well, that makes sense.
The hell it does! I must say, Marsha, I'm very disillusioned.
Like, you know everything and you're just disillusioned?
I thought I knew you. I thought I knew everything there was to know about you, about your moods and your temperaments, and now this? It's like finding a mousetrap at Disneyland.
What is all this shouting out here, and what in the world is the matter with Victor?
Hell if I know.
Well, he's... How did that get there? My present.
No, that's Victor's present. What is that? Victor got it as a gift last Christmas, couldn't take the taste, so
No, Marsha. That's my gift to you. I brought it for your birthday.
Little mother?
I'm
Did you?
quite...
I'm confused. You need a drink.
But Marsha, there's something you don't know about the bottle.
Well, there's at least 10 things I don't know here.
Then it's over. All over. All right, Ossifer, I'm ready to go. The things a man does for love.
Victor, I'm gonna hit you. Sit down.
The police officer isn't here.
He took Bianca away.
Where'd he go?
In an ambulance.
An ambulance?
She had some of that. You know what happens next.
The hell I do?
The poor sweet innocent.
I'm very, very confused right now.
You know what? But I'm sure she'll be fine.
You better explain yourself.
No, I'm sure she's gonna be fine once they get to the hospital.
I'm not going to the hospital.
Why?
We're going back to his apartment
Why?
so we can get his uniform off.
Toby, not in front of Mother.
It's over. It's all over. I'm ruined. Why?
If we paid the child better wages, she could have been going off in a Mercedes.
Marsha, you were practically weeping about it.
That was for your sake.
My sake.
Yeah? Well, think of the drain on your finances if you had to pay her like that.
Well, I suppose that makes sense.
Wait. Then why did Victor get so upset when you walked into the room?
Hates to see a woman cry.
You are clever.
Clever?
I mean, truthful?
That's not the same thing.
That's what's so clever about it.
Right.
I'm confused.
But drink. You're both going to have one.
Damn it, Marsha, I don't want a drink. Besides, Lynette doesn't have one.
Mother doesn't drink.
She drinks like a fish.
Giving it up.
She had her wine at dinner.
Since then, drank her wine, had remorse, and quit.
Just like that?
Why not? You have to swear off sometime.
I suppose. Happy birthday, Marsha. You not gonna join me?
I hate to be the only other person drinking.
I'll join you.
No, Mother! Resist the urge! Never give in! Never!
Nonsense. If I want a drink, I'll have one.
No, Mother, you said you overheard everything. Doesn't that give you a clue?
Yes, but there's something you don't know.
There's a lot of things I don't know.
Shut up and drink your toast.
Very well.
Happy birthday.
No! You can't. You mustn't.
Why not?
Because her birthday's not till tomorrow.
What's the harm in anticipating? Right.
What in the world is ailing that man?
The life of a pharmacist is very hard.
That hard?
Well, perhaps he's not very good at it.
Oh, he's very good at it. He's better than you know. Better than you know. He knows so many things.
Well, he certainly knows how to loosen up a dinner party.
Dinner. Completely forgot about dinner. No wonder I'm so hungry. We should go before everything gets cold.
Maybe even you two.
What did she mean by that?
I don't know. I'm done trying to explain her conduct tonight. Shall we?
You're just going to leave Victor lying there?
It's as good a place as any.
Perhaps I'd better go eat. That drink has oddest taste, almost like gin.
I suppose it did. After all, nothing's completely tasteless. Not even water. It's all a matter of degree.
Yes, to be sure.
Never been sure.
Of course you haven't. None of us have.
Revenge!
Marsha, calm down.
Calm down. My moment of complete and total triumph.
Yes, but Marsha, there's something you don't know.
Mother, don't you see? I've done it. We've done it. Odorless, tasteless, undetectable, and soon enough, mortal agony.
Yes, but darling,
Oh. What? Where's my head hurt? Where am I?
Don't worry about anything, Victor. You won.
One? You mean
Oh, no, not yet. But I'm sure it's only a matter of minutes till they, curl up and then fall over and then writhe about on the floor. That last part's my favorite.
Marsha, you have to listen to me. I have something important to tell you.
What?
I'll tell you, but there's something you two need to tell me. Why, darling, why?
Why what?
You're not darling.
But Mother, why what?
Why would you want to murder your husband and that Devore woman?
If you only knew what I know, you'd want to murder them too.
You mean he and she were...
You only knew what they had planned for tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Down by the bay.
Oh, that!
Wait. You know.
Well, of course. Toby told me all about it last week.
And you didn't tell me.
Oh, how could I? You said it was a surprise.
Yeah. But Mother, your own daughter? How could you?
Well, if I told you, it would have ruined everything and it wouldn't have been a surprise.
Mother! I've always been so nice to him. So devoted.
Exactly, and that's why he wanted to do it. Look at it from Toby's point of view. Year after year. Meaningless presents. A box of earrings here, a bottle of champagne there. He just wanted something that would knock you dead. About time, if you ask me.
About time? About time.
My God, what's going on?
What happened?
He's gone berserk. Right there. Help me with it.
Oh, no, you don't! Don't play stupid with me! I'm on to you!
Lynette, don't just sit there. Do something.
Don't worry, Marsha, it won't be long now. 5 minutes at the most.
5 minutes until what?
The poison!
What?
The poison you drank!
Will you just listen to me? Just for
What did I tell you?
What did you tell him?
Everything. I knew what you and her were planning for tomorrow down by the bay, and I told it all to Ben as soon as we got out.
So is that any reason to pull a gun on us?
Silence! We'll ever need your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can
Now
and will
just
be.
wait a moment.
Come on. Let's go.
Wait, you're pointing the gun at the wrong people. These two tried to poison us. That's utter nonsense.
Of course it is.
Will you
Come on,
guys
you two.
just listen to me? Please.
Raise those hands. Come on, let's go.
Officer,
Not you!
you have the wrong people. We've been poisoned. We don't have very much time if you'll just have that bottle analyzed.
What bottle?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
All right, come on, you two. Let's go.
Now, but Ben, what about our date?
Really, Pete? This is for no, you don't.
Well, then I guess I know how to rate with you. If I had known you were going to be this devoted to duty, I never would have told you. It's over.
Wasted.
Tough person.
Now you two are really gonna get it.
That's not fair. You can't take your love problems out on us.
Will you listen to me?
Why not?
He has a point.
He has.
Well, you see, he has a gun. And a man with a gun always has a point, whether he has it or not.
All right, come on, let's go, you two. Downtown, right now. That's for you. Gonna need a statement from you later. Her.
Of course. No problem, officer.
Oh, I feel so unclean. They'll be dead before they hit the curb.
Will you two stop agonizing and gloating for a second? I have something important to tell you.
What, Mother?
No one has been poisoned.
What do you mean? They drank from the bottle. They have to be poisoned.
Yes, and luckily I overheard you two talking, so I took the bottle and emptied it down the hall toilet.
But that's impossible. There was something in their glasses.
Yes, I took gin and put it in the bottle. I want to see how far you two would really go.
Wait a minute. You mean you stole poison that wasn't yours? And then you flushed it?
Yes, and you had no right to put poison in my birthday present.
That was his present.
No, that was my present to you. And if you don't believe me, ask Bianca.
Hey, you don't suppose that this was the bottle Mr. Bruno was talking about? I found it in the garbage.
But that's impossible. I put it in the cupboard next to the cordial glasses. I was going to rinse it out afterwards to conceal the evidence.
That can't be, because I distinctly remember throwing this out in the garbage.
Yes, that's a good way to dispose of evidence as any, I guess.
You two are idiots. Give me that. I'll show you once and for all, then I know exactly what I'm talking about. Here, have a taste of this.
No, thank you.
No, in your life.
They have a point, Mrs. Thorne.
I know what I'm talking about. I'll prove it.
Whoa! supposed to know there were 2 bottles?
You could have asked me.
Wait a minute. You had some too! Oh my god.
Well, try which bottle? I don't know. I sampled so many things.
How do you feel?
Panic-stricken. Ben, wait for me. I'm so sorry.
What do we do now?
How about some dinner?
Marsha, how can you think of food at a time like this, with all those lives on our conscience?
Well, Toby and Paris were trying to murder me, and my mother was in on it. She said she knew everything, didn't she?
Yeah. What about Bianca? She was totally innocent.
Yes, well, she shouldn't be drinking our liquor anyway, so you can't really blame us.
Speak for yourself. I feel pretty rotten.
Well, you must know, so do I.
Well, Marsha, you do have a conscience after all.
Well, of course I do. And had it been for that DeVore woman, I never could have gone through with any of this.
I don't follow you, sorry.
If only you knew how much I do adore, and always will adore my darling Toby. If he'd been planning to murder me on his own, I just might have let him go through with it. The thought that he hated me so much would make my life no longer worth the living anyhow.
Oh, but knowing he had another woman waiting. I see.
It wasn't his planning to murder me that hurt so much. It was his planning to murder me to go to her.
Wait a minute! If you do adore, and always will adore Toby, then how can you be so insanely in love with me?
I don't know. I have a...
Oh, Marsha! You never did love me in the first place. You used me!
But what are helpful neighbors for?
Oh, what a fool I was. Throwing away all my scruples, all my values, all for a woman who never loved me in the first place, who probably despised me in her heart of hearts.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You are kind of nice, Victor. You know, in a mousy kind of way. But I may even come to love you a little after we're married.
Married? What are you talking about?
Well, in every mystery novel where the wife and the lover bump off the husband, they get married afterwards so they can keep an eye on each other, you know, since they each know each other's capital crime.
That's a mystery novel. This is real life. Do you know the difference?
You're such an innocent. There is no difference. Husbands and wives are bumping each other off left and right. You read about it in almost every morning paper.
That's because they're caught. That's what you read about. All those love-blinded idiots who get arrested.
Yes, but even if we are caught, I guess we know we had it coming to us. But I doubt we will be. We've been far too clever. Then again, there's always one problem in these kinds of situations.
Problem? What problem?
Well, you know, one of the two is always the nervous sort. The kind who fidgets and worries until his very face is like a neon sign displaying his guilt.
Oh, I certainly hope you don't mean me. I have nerves of steel, steady as a rock.
You were saying... Hello? Again with the seaplane? What? Tomorrow... You know, I'm sure that was some kind of mistake. Just go right ahead as planned. All right, goodbye. If that wasn't the strangest thing.
Strange? What's strange?
That man on the phone, he said that Toby's ordered a seaplane to be down at the bay tonight so we can pick it up tomorrow morning. Why would he do a thing like that?
Perhaps for your getaway, in case he flubs your murder.
But Toby doesn't know how to fly a plane.
Well, maybe he knows someone who does he?
There's only me, but I could hardly do that if I'd been murdered.
Well, if he flubbed your murder, you'd be alive in the first place to fly the plane. So,
But hardly in any mood to help him.
well, why didn't you tell him to go ahead with it?
Well, I figured, you know, just in case things don't go as planned for us, we could use it as a getaway.
A getaway? With the police in hot pursuit? Marsha, the police have planes, and the planes have machine guns.
Yes, but they wouldn't be in their planes if we started our getaway in my car. Then, by the time they all got ready and set to go, then we'd be long gone, off into the blue.
Marsha, just be sensible about this. Just where on the bay is this plane going to be?
I don't know.
What make is it?
I don't know.
Where's the ignition key?
Don't know.
What's its flight range?
I don't know. Come on, Victor, do you really expect me to know every petty detail?
Petty? You don't know where it is, what it looks like, how we're gonna start it, or how far it's gonna take us, and this? This is how you plan our getaway.
Okay, so I guess it does need, like, a little work.
A little work? It's in major recession.
Well, if all you're gonna do is criticize, then you can eat dinner by yourself.
Where are you going?
Take a nap. This whole evening's been totally exhausting.
A nap? At a time like this, with all those lies on our conscience. 4 attempted murders. I'm going to jail. No, I'm going to die. The judge, he's just gonna be like, bam! 25 to life, and I just can't handle that. I'm way too young. I'm way too good looking to go to jail. I cannot handle those cells. I'll be in the cell with this guy, and his name's gonna be like Ramon, and I'm gonna drop the soap, and it's just
Lower your head and you promise not to scream. Okay, one peep and you'll regret it. Where is Marsha?
She went to the bedroom to take a nap.
Wouldn't you know, after all she's done tonight?
Wait a minute, I don't understand. What are you all doing back here so quickly? I thought you were all
Dad?
No. I knew there wasn't any poison in either bottles, but you couldn't have possibly had time to go back there.
No poison. What are you saying?
Wait a minute. What are you all doing back here so quickly? You couldn't have possibly had time to go to the hospital and found out you were going to die.
That's simple enough. See, by the time I got down to the curb, they had time to explain to me what they were really planning for Marsha tomorrow morning. And it certainly made sense.
By the time I got down there, I realized it was only the foul taste in the cure that had panicked me. Obviously, I hadn't been poisoned as it was tasteless.
And when Mrs. Thorne assured me that the doctor bottle had been washed, I knew my mind had been poisoned.
Which brings us back to you, Victor. What do you mean you've been trying to poison us?
You sound disappointed.
Now listen, Gary. I'm giving you a lot more leeway than you deserve. We want some answers, and the right answers fast. I still feel I should be arresting everybody in sight.
Now, Victor, we've been over all this. You can't arrest Mr. Gilmore or Mr. Ford because they weren't planning to murder his wife. And you can't arrest her because the attempted poisoning was only self-defense on her part.
Damn it all! Something illegal has been going on here.
Keep your voice down. Marsha might hear us.
Okay? Okay. What's all this about the poison in the bottle?
Yes, Victor, and why'd you get all panicky if you knew it wouldn't kill us?
Once you drank the stuff and didn't keel over, I knew Marsha would have been lying. And then the whole ghastly truth would have come out.
What ghastly truth?
I'm not a physicist, pharmacist. Never have been. I don't know least about it either.
Then why did you tell Miss Moore you were and let Marsha believe it?
She was so anxious for me to help her. It was the only thing I could think of that might make it sound like I was doing her some good. I couldn't tell her what I really was.
And just what are you?
Kindergarten teacher.
Thank you, Paris.
Okay. I think you got some explaining to do, Baxter.
Yes, Victor, how'd you get mixed up in all this?
It was an adventure. I've never had an adventure before. Kindergarten teachers seldom do. I got the idea for my plan when Marsha quoted some Agatha Christie novel about how your pantry is full of could-be poisons. So I filched a bunch of stuff from your house, brought it back home, and filled the bottle with plain water.
Just water?
Well, the poison was supposed to be odorless and tasteless, but I thought water fit those specifications quite nicely.
Now I know that all my warnings to Marsha were not foolhardy. For her to think that I, a husband of many years, would even think of doing her in.
Wait a minute! Me and Marsha overheard your conversation with Paris.
Quiet!
You two even had me convinced
What
that
do
you were
you mean?
You were talking about taking her down to the pier and breaking a champagne bottle across her nose. And you were talking about some straps to hold her down and cementing something over her head.
Oh dear, Toby, we really were.
Going to murder her?
Saying those things.
They sure sound like murder.
No, Victor and Marsha had the wrong nose.
I don't follow that.
I was going to take the champagne bottle and break it over the nose of Marsha's birthday surprise? A new seaplane.
Oh! Seaplane! That explains the phone call. Sorry, guys.
What phone call?
Well, when you were out, some guy called saying the seaplane was going to be down at the bay tonight, and Marsha okayed it.
Oh, damn, then she knows about our surprise, Toby.
Hardly she thinks you're using it for your getaway.
Get away from what? We haven't committed a crime.
Marsha didn't know that.
Well, I think the main point is, what are we going to do now?
We're going to teach her a lesson she'll never forget. She wasn't addicted to reading mind-rotting junk like the creeping slasher. None of this would have happened.
Toby.
Say, you know, you may be right. Marsha said that book was about some wife and how her husband was trying to bump her off.
It's a shame none of us have read it. We could have really used it to give her a scare.
Toby.
It's a shame none of us have the requisite rotted mind.
Toby!
Yes, Paris.
I've read it.
Oh, why, of course you have. It was the first thing you said to me when you walked in here this evening.
Thank you, Bianca. Sorry, Paris. Can you forgive me?
You might not even have to apologize. Maybe her mind really is rotted.
Bianca!
Look, the point is, I have read it, and I think I know how we can use it to teach Marsha that lesson. It's about time that she learned the difference between fact and fiction.
Amen to that.
So, what's your plan?
Well, in the book, the woman's begun to suspect her husband.
Just like Marsha!
She started calling the police, but they won't come because they think she's a wacko.
Ooh, just like Marsha.
Now, this woman's having a torrid love affair with another man.
I didn't say anything.
So the husband forces the lover to telephone her so that when she comes out of the bedroom, he can come out of the kitchen with the knife he's used for all his other stabbings.
It's perfect. Let's do it.
Wait, what if she struggles?
She can't. The husband's girlfriend ties her up.
This is exciting. What happens next?
Well, when the heroine was a little girl, her grandmother told her ever she
That's
was in
enough
trouble.
information. Thank you very much. Enough!
Sorry.
Oh, no.
All right, then, let's do it.
Wait. Marsha didn't have a lover.
You be her lover.
But I can't.
Why
not?
You were almost her lover anyway.
Well, for instance, what would I say to her on the phone?
Anything that came to mind?
Such as? All I can think of is nice weather we're having today, and I haven't been out in like 2 weeks, so I have no clue what the weather's like.
The book. He can read it straight out of the book.
Yes. I've got it. Now, Victor, just read what it says in here and do it.
Well, that sounds simple enough, I suppose.
All right, is everything set to go?
Now, wait a second. I'm not sure this kind of thing's legal.
Give me 1 second. Ben,
Yes, honey?
do you ever hope to date me again?
Of course.
Then it's legal.
Fine.
This book is just so darn intriguing.
All right, so everything's set to go.
Yep.
Where did the rest of us go?
Out in the hall, I guess.
Not on your life. I don't want to miss this.
Neither do I.
Can't all stay in here.
We can hide. I still feel I should be on the premises, just in case you get too caught up in your role as the slasher and just start.
Now, really.
Oh, be a sport, Toby.
All right, Victor, you go to your apartment and you call here. That's going to draw Marsha into the living room. I'll be waiting back there with the butcher knife. All right? Everybody got a hiding place?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh my
Aw, but honey,
Later, Ben, later.
come on.
Did you cut that out? Keep it in your pants.
Victor, is that the phone? Victor! Probably out buying a fake beard or something. Hello? Victor, where are you? What? My grandfather? Well, yes, I have a grandfather. I have two, in fact. But what does this have to do with anything? Victor, you sound exactly like the boyfriend in the creeping slasher. It's kind of scary. Shut up about my grandfather. Well, yes, I remember what he told me to do in times of peril, but, well, not my grandfather, of course, the one in the silly book. But, Victor, you're starting to scare me. This is just like that part in the book where the wife doesn't know but just behind her with the huge gleaming knife, her husband standing there with the... Oh!
Just turn around already!
What does this mean?
3 guesses.
Wait, stop it! Let me go!
Make those knots good and tight. We don't want her struggling while we kill her.
Wait, that is just what the husband said in the creeping slasher. Save your breath for shrieking. And that's just what the girlfriend said.
How many victims does this make, Slasher?
She will be my 7th.
7th? Toby, what does this mean?
Well, it means that I'm going to stab you 7 times.
He stabbed the first victim once,
Second victim
the
twice.
third victim thrice.
And so on and so forth.
Oh, shucks.
Shucks.
I've kind of always wondered what comes after thrice. Is it thrice?
No.
Or fight?
Stop that. This is serious.
Really, Toby, 7 times?
It's a behavior pen for the police to pick up later.
1 murder, 1 stab, 2 murders, 2 stabs, and the police still haven't figured out if there's a connection between them all.
Why are the police always so infernally stupid?
H1N1.
Anyway, now I'm going to kill you, Marsha. Do you hear me? You're going to die.
Wait! I have to do the thing that my grandfather told me to do.
Who?
In the book.
Right. And what did your grandfather tell you to do in times of peril?
You're still there, okay. And you're still there. Okay. You're not supposed to laugh.
That's utterly ridiculous.
The books are silly.
Are they?
I told you they were.
I mean, think about it. Would anyone writing a serious novel ever call it anything like the creeping slasher?
And would anyone end a serious novel like creepy?
What?
I haven't finished the book yet. If she keeps talking, she's gonna ruin the whole thing.
You're not going to live to read it.
Oh, by the way, Slasher,
Yes?
when you do stab her 7 times,
Yes.
try and make it look like an accident.
Paris, that's silly.
I told you the books were silly.
All right, that's it. It's time for you to die.
7 times!
Cut that out!
Wait. If you're gonna kill me, can you carry out one final request?
And what would that be?
Can you take the book back to the library for me? Please?
What?
It's already 2 days overdue.
Fine. Once I'm done killing you and you lay dead on the floor, I will take the creeping slasher back to the library because it's 2 days overdue.
I was kind of hoping you'd take it back now and then come back and kill me.
Marsha, if I did that, you might escape.
That was the general idea.
Ah! Okay, that's it. Done. Over. You're going to die. Dead. You hear me?
That's not what the Slasher says.
And what does the slasher say?
Soon your radiant beauty will be lying here in 7 pieces.
You're joking.
Nope.
But that's such lousy arithmetic. If I slash her 7 times, there will be 8 pieces.
There will.
All right, try to imagine Marsha as a loaf of bread. Now, if I cut it down the middle, we have 2 pieces. Take one of those halves and you cut it again, 3 pieces. If you take the other half...
Wait, not so fast.
What's the problem?
I'm still trying to picture Marsha as a loaf of bread.
All right, that's it. Fine. Soon your radiant beauty will be lying here in 7 pieces.
at this, look at this. Freeze!
Victor, is that you?
I said freeze!
Not hurry, leave me in the slush room.
Victor, what in the hell has gotten into you?
You said to read the book and do whatever it says to do it. I'm doing it.
Stop it! Stop it this instant! What?
What?
If he keeps going, he's going to ruin the ending.
Do you really expect me to let you live and finish it?
Well, you have to now, because Victor's here and he's going to shoot you to bits if you don't.
Marsha!
She's right. We must have ruined the ending for her.
But...
No, I don't got him. I wish someone would just give me a cue here. Do I shoot her or...
Well, as a matter of fact... Want to find out for myself.
Damn it, so do I. Be right back. Gotta get that book.
By the way, Victor, nice work picking up on your cue.
I thought so.
Wait, you knew he would come in on cue?
Of course I did. Why do you think you say the slasher's line exactly as written?
Victor would never pick up on a paraphrase.
Oh, well, you might have done.
A kindergarten teacher, really, Mother? I think so.
Wait, you knew he was a kindergarten teacher?
Of course I did. Do you think I'd let a real pharmacist go mix up poison? You might have been killed.
So, you knew there was no poison?
Well, of course. Why would I want to poison Toby? I'm in love with him.
Wait a moment. I thought that you thought that me and Paris were trying to kill you.
Oh, I did. That is, until I saw her after she'd taken off her coat and fluffed up her hair. Then I knew it just couldn't be.
Aurelian, how is that?
Allie, she's just not your type.
Oh, really? And just what is my type?
Well, my type, of course.
She's got me there.
Oh, I just love happy endings.
Was it a happy ending?
Well, as a matter of fact,
Shh.
Marsha, after the event of tonight, do you still intend to read that book?
don't you?
Of course I do.
Ma'am, I still have one question. How did you know Mr. Baxter wasn't a pharmacist?
Oh, saw him leaving for work one morning.
And?
I'm asking you, would a real pharmacist carry a Sesame Street lunchbox?
No.
Well, come on, Victor. You can read the book at the dinner table.
Dinner, that reminds me, Ben. I'm starved. Let's go for sushi.
No, wait a moment. You guys can stay. There's plenty to eat.
Well, it was not too much trouble.
No, of course not. Bianca, go sit in another place, will you?
Wait a minute. If I'm reading, then I won't be able to eat.
Well, you said that cold soup makes you nauseous anyhow. Victor, where did you get that gun? You said you didn't have one.
I don't.
Then, how did you get it?
I confiscated it from one of my pupils.
Your kindergarteners carry guns.
It has not been easy.
I'll eat fast and get onto the interior of that plane.
Oh, Paris, by the way,
Yes.
to the events of tonight, I intend to double your fee.
Toby, considering the events of tonight, I did triple it.
Oh, it's the last time I hire her. Shall we go to dinner? Just 1 second. Hello? Yes, this is Tobias Gilmore. What? There was a call placed to your station earlier today. She said what? No, everything's fine. No one is dead. No, I can assure you, I am not a psychopathic killer. No, there were no dead bodies in my closet. No, a squad car will not be necessary. No, I will not cross my heart and hope to die. Happy birthday, darling.
And many happy returns?
I must must be joking.
Yeah.